terrifying, man. That's, what the f even is that? That is so scary.
Okay, okay.
Whoa, 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 what the was that? What the f was that? There was something growling at us over there.
Do it again.
When you venture deep into the isolated woods, you quickly realize you aren't alone. From a massive dark figure moving too smoothly behind the bushes, to an unseen presence circling a lone campsite for hours. What exactly is watching us from the shadows? On February 25th, 2024, Mo Sargi traveled deep into the remote wetlands of the Dominican Republic, alongside a local guide named Steven. Known for exploring isolated places and documenting strange encounters, Mo soon found himself surrounded by a thick jungle, abandoned boats, and unsettling sounds far away from civilization. Along the way, Steven talks about local stories involving a large creature feared by people living in the area. As they continue traveling, they pass abandoned structures and an old boat hidden near the shoreline, adding even more tension to the atmosphere.
My friend and I are about to take this very, very ratchety boat to places unknown to explore and to try and figure out what is haunting this forest. All right. The word is somewhere in the jungle, inside of this forest that you can only get to by boat. Apparently there's a whole story and sightings of some type of creature that lives in the forest. Some say it's like the Dominican version of Bigfoot. Some say it's a ghost. And some say it's just an animal. We don't know, but apparently people have been attacked by it. Do you believe in Bigfoot?
I didn't see it, but I saw big steps in the jungle.
You've seen big footprints?
Yes.
Oh, how the heck are we gonna get through this? We just found this like abandoned boat next to this like shack, but you have a story about this?
So there are farmers here, and they believe in black magic. They have crows that protect their farms.
Really?
Like you can steal them. If you steal them, you will have a...
You'll be cursed.
Yeah.
No way, so they've cursed the land here.
As they arrive at a large isolated lake, the environment becomes increasingly difficult to navigate. Thick vegetation blocks much of the shoreline, and at one point, Mo notices what appears to be a figure standing in the distance near the water.
Now, it's not unheard of to see cows in this area that are split open in half. Nobody knows why, but they found a couple of them. Some say it's aliens, some say it's Bigfoot. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks like there's a person over there. What the hell? Oh my god. Dude, that is terrifying, man. That's, what the f even is that? That is so scary.
After making it onto land, they follow a trail leading deeper into the forest. The farther they walk, the more signs of animal activity they begin noticing, including scattered bones and feathers covering the ground.
Alright, I think we're getting close to where we're trying to go, which is like a trail that gets us into the boat. Something's hitting our boat from the bottom, and it's not land. Something just rocked our boat.
Yeah.
What was that? You felt that?
Of course, man.
Dude, get us to land right now. Get us to land. Let's go. Alright. Almost fell into the water. Literally in the middle of nowhere. This is going to be our campsite right here by the boat, because I think that's probably going to be the smartest idea, is to camp out right in this area. Yo, check it out, fam. Look at this. Feathers everywhere. It's almost like something just killed. Oh, bones. This whole path is littered with feathers and bones. What the f did that?
Not long afterward, a loud growling noise suddenly comes from nearby bushes. Steven immediately becomes visibly nervous and insists they stop exploring any farther.
Alright, so now we're walking the trails that the people that have experienced Bigfoot used to walk back in the past. This is the mountain that we're walking in right now. It just keeps going up and up and up. So as you guys can see, we are literally still in the middle of nowhere. It just keeps going and going. We're going up so many mountains. We just gotta keep looking, I guess. Wait, what? I heard something like breaking over there. Could be anything. Could be cows. Oh, what the f is that? What the f is that? What is that? What the fuck was that? No, seriously, what the f was that? What does that mean? You want to leave?
Yes. Sure.
Homeboy wants to leave. Like, you need to know I'm a professional idiot. Like, I do this shit all the time. No, what was that though? Seriously. I want to know what the that was. It sounded like it... Dude, it sounded like it came from here though. There's no lions in this country, is there?
No.
Alright, so it couldn't have been a lion. That was a really mean growl. Alright, we did all that and came all this way for homie to turn around and walk back the other way.
That night, strange sounds begin echoing across the lake. At around 2:30 in the morning, they hear dogs barking along with distant screaming coming from somewhere within the darkness. Later, another loud growl suddenly wakes them near the campsite, increasing the tension between both men even further.
We're hearing some weird-ass dogs barking. And because there is a body of water here, the village across the lake on the other side, you can hear kids and people screaming. Why are there kids awake at 2:30 in the morning?
I don't know, man.
Like, it makes no sense to me. Whoa! Whoa, what the f was that? There was something growling at us over there, dude. What do you mean vominos, dude? Something was growling at us.
Terrified, Steven suddenly runs off into the darkness, leaving Mo completely alone at the campsite in the middle of the night. For several moments, the only sounds remaining are the noises of the surrounding forest. When Steven eventually returns, he appears badly shaken and claims he saw the creature with his own eyes.
Where did homeboy go? No! Where are you going? What do you mean you're scared? Bro, come back here. What do you mean you're sorry? What the f, bro? You can't just leave me here. He must be playing a joke. He must be f***ing joking with me. Are you serious? There's no way. There's no way you get that scared. Literally, I was just about falling into a deep sleep. And then all of a sudden, this loud growl came from this area. But look at this, guys. There's caves here. I just found some caves. I can't believe this guy just left me. I'm hearing something behind me and I'm hearing screaming up there. Yo! Where did you go, man? What's wrong? Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back. Yo, I'm hearing some like movement over there. Dude, come get me. Why the f would you leave me like that? What happened? You saw it? Yeah. You saw what? Are you good? Well, you said you saw something?
Saw it.
What did you see?
Something big. It's like Bigfoot.
Okay. You actually saw... Oh, there's something coming. Dude.
Some viewers believe the sounds may have come from a large predator hiding somewhere within the forest, while others focused more on Steven's fear and reactions throughout the night. But if even the local guide refused to remain there, what was really moving through the darkness around them? This case comes from Bailey Canterbury, a YouTube channel focused on adventure, urban exploration, and strange encounters including reported Bigfoot and Sasquatch sightings. Bailey regularly visits abandoned buildings, haunted sites, and locations connected to paranormal activity. On September 17, 2008, Bailey and a friend head to the Indian Fort Theater in Kentucky for what appears to be a routine shoot. But before the trip is over, they capture something on camera that neither of them can explain.
Where the hell did that thing go? I had to be fucking scared, dude. What the fuck is that thing? Do you see it? No. I hear the bushes moving. What the hell is that thing, man?
Where'd it go?
It's behind those bushes, man. Look.
Oh shit.
Oh my
fucking god.
What is that thing, man? I didn't know it was that fucking big. It's not coming up here, is it?
No, I don't even think it recognizes, man.
The footage begins with Bailey and his friend moving through the area while actively searching for the creature they had spotted earlier. They want to get it on camera. While scanning the surroundings, a large dark figure suddenly steps out from behind a bush. The way it moves does not resemble any ordinary animal. Its movement appears too smooth and too deliberate. Bailey's friend becomes visibly shaken while Bailey attempts to keep both of them focused as they stare at what is standing in front of them. They eventually manage to leave the area without being harmed, but the encounter stays with them afterward.
Is it doing eating? What the fuck is it doing, man? Oh, shit, what in the fuck is that thing? Is that a fucking bear? What the fuck is that? Dude, we gotta get out of here.
Hold on, man. I don't think it doesn't even notice we're here.
Holy shit, what the fuck is that thing, man? Oh my god. Gotta get out of here, man.
Let's go.
Was it a bear as his friend originally suggested? Was it someone wearing dark clothing, or was it something else entirely? One detail that continues standing out is the year the footage was recorded, 2008. Editing tools capable of convincingly faking something like this were not widely available at the time. That fact alone has continued keeping people debating the footage ever since. No one has been able to confirm what appears in the video. Some viewers point to the long arms and fluid stride as features consistent with descriptions of Bigfoot, while others believe it was an elaborate hoax. Whatever was standing behind those bushes that day, it did not move like anything ordinary. What do you think it was? On June 17th, 2021, Luke ventures alone into a remote forest for an overnight test film for the Outdoor Gear Review, a channel focused on real-world camping and gear testing. Far from established campsites, the area is cold, wet, and unusually quiet. As darkness settles over the forest, the isolation begins feeling heavier than he expected.
As I've been going through the forest here collecting firewood, I came across some oddities. I found a pair of these, and I also found this metal pipe. Obviously they tried to cut this, and they ended up just bending it and breaking it. What on earth were they doing out here? I have no idea. The temperature is dropping, everyone. It's getting late. Something is down there in the woods, and I've heard this for like the last hour or so. Basically, it's just going around me. It's of a pretty good size, possibly a bear. It's not getting close. It's a little bit too early for coyotes. That would be unlikely. Bobcat, maybe.
Earlier in the evening, Luke notices old metal fragments scattered deep within the woods. Their presence feels unusual in a location showing no signs of recent human activity. After nightfall, faint but heavy footsteps begin moving somewhere beyond the firelight. The sounds are slow and deliberate, pressing through leaves and branches without any sense of urgency.
It's been about 45 minutes since I mentioned the stomping around in the woods, and that is still taking place. It went behind me, it came around up on top of the hill here, and it sounds like it's back down here. Whatever it is circling me. I'm inside of the tent, just been kicking back, listening to the owls, and listening to whatever is stomping around in the woods. I've gone out there a few times, and I haven't seen anything. It's not moving. I'm not going to go too deep into the forest there. The forest here in this area is super, super thick, so you can easily get lost if you're not careful. Yeah, something's out there still. I can hear it stomping around. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't seem to be threatening at all. As long as it's just going to play in the woods, that's fine. I don't care.
As more time passes, the movement does not disappear. Instead, it changes position. The sounds begin tracing a loose path around the campsite, never directly approaching him, but never fully leaving the area either. Suddenly, something large crashes through thick brush nearby. The movement is fast, powerful, and unmistakably close before abruptly breaking away into the darkness just as quickly.
Last night was uneventful, with the exception of those footsteps. At one point in time, whatever was out there, I mean, it just came stomping up through the woods and got fairly close. And then all of a sudden, it just took off. It like bolted, just took off running. I have no idea what it was, but outside of that, uneventful, quiet, peaceful. Never heard any cars. I mean, nothing.
At first light, Luke examines the surrounding area and realizes the movement followed a curved route around his shelter during the night.
The strange thing is that whatever was out there was circling me for hours. Now that I think about it, I don't ever remember hearing it over here, but it would definitely come over this direction. There is a road over there. I mean, maybe it didn't want to cross the road, I'm not sure, but do these half circles. I know that sounds weird, folks, but you all heard it.
Despite the intensity of the experience, he remains cautious and suggests that large wildlife could explain parts of what happened, though not every detail feels completely convincing to him. Many viewers point out that the circling behavior and prolonged proximity suggest awareness rather than random movement normally associated with wildlife. If it really was only an animal, why circle the campsite for hours, and why remain hidden the entire time? On March 4th, 2025, deep within the Tangier wildlands of Nova Scotia, Lamar, and Chelsea, from Paranormal Discovery travel into one of Canada's most remote forests. Known for documenting real-world paranormal investigations and cryptid encounters, the channel follows their journey alongside their dog, Kiki. The forest is massive, frozen, and silent, but that night something unseen already seems aware of their presence.
Okay, I'm tripping out.
What?
I'm trying to like debunk this in my head before I like say anything out loud. I don't know if it's like the smoke playing tricks on me, but I keep seeing like yellow orbs. I keep seeing like yellow orbs that are like going from this side of the path, like walking. Like I saw about 3.
You get the night vision then.
And I know it's not the ATVs because I can hear them, but they're far where it wouldn't be their lights. For a solid like 30 seconds, I was seeing them and I was trying to debunk them in my head before saying anything out loud. I was waiting to see if it could have been the smoke, but it wasn't. It was like 3 orbs, 1 big, a medium, and a small.
What?
Like a family of 3 or something.
Really?
Yeah. What if this is an area where like, since it's such a large forest area, what if this is an area where like Bigfoots come to like procreate? What if this is like an area where people or Bigfoots bring their little ones?
So, I do want to know what's up this way.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on her body language, and if we see anything that we don't...
She picks up on something.
Do you feel like we're being watched? Like someone's kind of like walking behind us?
What?
Yeah. Do you feel that too?
I do feel like someone's like around us.
Yeah. Family! What if that was the 3 orbs that I picked up last time?
As night deepens, Chelsea scans the tree line when something catches her attention. 3 faint yellow lights emerge from the brush, moving silently across the trail. They drift together in an evenly spaced formation before disappearing back into the darkness. There's no sound and no clear explanation, only controlled and deliberate movement.
Hey. I swear to God, I just heard like, it sounded like a branch or something tapping on my hood, which is why I like turned like that, because I thought a branch was on my hood. There's no branch close enough, but I heard it right in my ear. It was like a tick, 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 tick.
No.
Right in my ear.
But you weren't even nowhere
No, I was
near any of
standing
this
here,
stuff.
like no footprints going there, and there's no branch that's close enough to me. But that's exactly what it sounded like.
Could you tree knock? Tree knock for us. Do it again.
Whoa.
What the?
Why did she do that? Why did she do that?
I don't know.
Kia, what's wrong?
I don't know what this behavior is.
Are you okay, Kiki? Do that again. Maybe that like triggered her or something. I don't know. Something's going on.
Something's going on with her.
Yeah. How's her tail? Is she okay? I don't want to put her in any danger.
Her tail's down.
Okay, Kia, you lead the way.
Something's going on with her though.
Oh, look at her. Oh.
Oh. Okay.
What is going on with her? Okay.
Moments later, Kiki reacts violently. She jumps backward, whines loudly, and scrambles away in panic, as though something unseen has suddenly entered her space. Her reaction is immediate and clearly distressed, forcing the group to pull her close for protection. Then, without warning, the environment itself begins changing.
It's getting really late now. I don't know how much like deep sleep we're gonna be getting, but like at least if we stay here until 3, then our challenge would be complete.
Oh man, I have like a massive headache. Do you?
Yeah, super massive headache.
It's like as soon as the fog came, like things just like really shifted.
It was strange. It was just like the vibes shifted. Like I can't even describe that feeling. It was almost like instant.
It was like she was having such a good time. The energy felt calm and like welcoming, and then the mist rolled in. We felt like we were being watched. Kia felt like she maybe was being tormented, and then it just shifted. My head is like throbbing. Like my frontal lobe of my brain. I can't keep my eyes open.
Honestly, I feel like I should just try and go to sleep as well.
Did you hear that, Omar?
What?
There was like some sort of like cracking noise or like a branch snap right outside of our tent. I keep feeling like there's someone around our tent.
What?
I keep feeling like there's someone right outside of our tent, like towards our backs.
Really?
I can't sleep.
There's something moving out here. It's like kind of nightmarish out here. Good news is we made it. It's past 3 right now. So the plan is we're gonna head out. Probably not stay till morning. Gotta get back into our place, you know.
A thick white fog rolls through the trees surrounding the campsite and reducing visibility to only a few feet. As the fog closes in, Lamar begins complaining about a sudden and intense headache. The forest starts feeling tighter and heavier around them. With the fog surrounding the camp and the sound of branches snapping near the tents, the group decides to leave the area before sunrise. Some viewers believe the lights suggest intelligent tracking behavior, while others point to the fog and Kiki's reaction as signs of danger. If the dog sensed something before anyone else did, what exactly came close enough to touch them and then disappear into the fog? That's it for tonight. Which moment creep? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story, share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.